When a woman disrespects you, it is rarely an accident. It is almost always a calculated gamble. A quiet assumption she makes about you long before the moment it happens. She assumes you are attached. She assumes you need her more than she needs you. She assumes you are too afraid to walk away, too invested to pull back, too emotional to stand firm. And because she believes you will still be there tomorrow, still answering her messages, still orbiting her world like a loyal satellite, she feels comfortable crossing the line. Not because she is bold, but because she believes you are harmless. This is the expectation almost every man unknowingly teaches a woman when he reacts with softness to disrespect, when he forgives too quickly, when he explains too often, when he bends to keep the peace. And this is why the moment of disrespect is not the real betrayal. The real betrayal is the story she has been silently telling herself: he won't leave. But the man who understands his worth, the man who understands the Stoic truth that you have power over your mind, not outside events, as Marcus Aurelius said, does not negotiate with disrespect. He does not fight for space at a table where his presence is taken for granted. He does the one thing she never expects: he removes himself from the entire equation. No argument. No announcement. No performance. No emotional scene. He simply withdraws his presence like a tide that refuses to return. And that absence, delivered in total silence, becomes louder than any speech. Because you must understand this clearly, most women are not shocked by your anger. Most women expect your explanations. Most women are prepared for your complaints. What they are not prepared for is your disappearance. Your silence. Your refusal to play the emotional tug-of-war they prepared for. And this is the power of a man who lives by Stoic discipline. He knows that real strength is not loud. Real strength does not plead or overreact. Real strength does not need validation or revenge. Real strength is quiet, steady, and decisive. And when a man moves like that, regret follows like a shadow. Today I will give you the 5 silent moves that make a woman regret ever thinking she could disrespect you and still keep access to you. 5 moves that require no begging, no shouting, no chasing. 5 moves that flip the entire power dynamic simply because they show her what she misjudged from the start, that you are a man she could lose, and once lost, she can never reach again. These moves are not games. They are not tricks. They are not emotional manipulation. They are principles. They are standards. They are the embodiment of the line Seneca wrote: "He who has self-respect is the best guardian of his own dignity." And when you master these moves, you are no longer a man trying to win respect from one woman. You become a man who commands respect from everyone. A man whose silence speaks. A man whose absence hurts. A man whose presence is never taken lightly again. This transformation is not for her. It is for you, your stability, your peace, your destiny. And when you begin to live like this, when you embrace the philosophy of Stoic quiet strength, the regret she feels is automatic, overwhelming, and irreversible. Subscribe and let's dive in. The first silent move is the foundation of all others. Number 1. Cut off access without warning. When a woman disrespects you, when she crosses a line that no man with dignity should allow, the mistake most men make is trying to fix it with words. They try to explain why it hurt. They try to teach her respect. They try to convince her to value them. But a woman cannot hear clarity in explanation. She only hears clarity in consequences. The more you try to talk her into respecting you, the more you prove you depend on her approval. And nothing destroys attraction faster than proving you are afraid to lose her. This is why you do not explain. You do not warn. You do not announce anything. You simply cut off access. Not to punish her. Not to manipulate her. Not to create jealousy. But because a woman who disrespects you has already revealed her valuation of you. And a Stoic man does not argue with someone's valuation of him, he simply removes himself from the market. Cutting off access is not symbolic. It is literal. It means removing your presence sharply enough that the silence feels like a door slamming shut. She should feel the sudden shift in air. She should feel the space where your attention used to be. She should feel the loss without you having to spell it out. Because disrespect thrives on the assumption of permanent availability. When she loses that, she loses the comfort that allowed her to act carelessly in the first place. And the power of doing this without warning is psychological. When you leave quietly, you deny her the emotional script she expects. She wanted a debate. You gave her silence. She wanted to defend herself. You gave her nothing to respond to. She wanted to twist your emotions. You offered no reaction. And as Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. When you cut off access with mastery instead of emotion, you prove that you belong to yourself, not to her opinions, not to her validation, not to her disrespect. The confusion that follows is the seed of regret. She will reevaluate every moment leading up to your disappearance. She will analyze your last messages. She will replay your last conversation. She will search for the moment you decided she no longer deserved access to you. And that uncertainty eats at her pride. Women are not afraid of losing men. They are afraid of losing access to men they assumed would always return. The shock of losing that access without warning is what unlocks the deepest form of regret, the regret rooted in unexpected loss. But here is the mistake most men make: they cut off access physically, but mentally they remain attached. They stop texting her, but they check her social media. They block her, but watch her stories from a backup account. They delete her number, but still talk about her to their friends. They remove her from their life, but not from their mind. And this ruins the impact. Because the power of this move is not the absence you create in her world, the power is the presence you build in your own. So you must immediately redirect your attention into yourself. Into your discipline. Into your growth. Into your mission. The moment she loses you, you must be rising. Training harder. Thinking clearer. Moving differently. Because a woman cannot regret losing a man whose life stayed the same after she left. But she will regret losing a man who becomes sharper, stronger, and more focused the moment she exits his world. A man who cuts off access without warning, once he learns he never has to explain himself again, becomes untouchable. And if you want to go deeper into this and truly live it, keep listening. Because the next silent move is the one that multiplies the impact of the first. Number 2. Level up quietly. When you step away from a woman who disrespected you, she secretly predicts your next move. She expects you to struggle. She expects you to be stuck. She expects you to watch her life from a distance, hoping she notices you're gone. She expects your progress to freeze because she assumes your motivation came from her presence. But the Stoic man proves her wrong in the simplest, most devastating way possible, by evolving. Quietly. Not posting. Not broadcasting. Not proving. Not showing off. Not hinting. Not trying to be seen. Because the moment you try to prove that you are rising, you lose the power of the move. The rise must be silent. Invisible. Private. Slow enough to build deeply, yet fast enough that the gap between who you were and who you become widens beyond her imagination. This move hurts her more than losing you. Because while losing you creates shock, your silent evolution creates disbelief. She expected you to stay the same. She expected you to miss her. She expected you to fall behind. What she did not expect is to hear your name months later and realize she no longer recognizes the man you have become. When you level up quietly, it must be full spectrum. Not just the gym. Not just your appearance. Not just your money. It must be everything: your mindset, your habits, your lifestyle, your discipline. You become a man who wakes up earlier, trains harder, studies deeper, sets boundaries clearer, and speaks with more certainty. A man who is comfortable in solitude. A man who invests in himself instead of chasing connection. A man who becomes, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, the mind that is calm, steady, and self-contained. This kind of evolution creates a regret that is deeper than jealousy. It is the regret of misjudgment. The regret of realizing she underestimated a man who was always meant to rise. And this regret lingers because it is attached to time. Time shows her that while her life stayed the same, you expanded. While she relied on attention, you relied on discipline. While she entertained chaos, you embraced silence. But the purpose of this move is not to get her attention. Stoic growth is not fueled by revenge. It is fueled by purpose. It is fueled by becoming a man who no longer attracts disrespect because his standard is too high for the wrong people to reach. The man who levels up quietly is not trying to make her regret losing him. The regret is simply a side effect of his transformation. And when you rise quietly, something interesting happens: you become unpredictable. She cannot track your progress. She cannot measure your growth. She cannot compare her life to yours because she has no information about you. And humans fear what they cannot measure. That silence, that distance, that unknown, eats at her mind more than any argument ever could. But the silent rise is only powerful if it becomes your lifestyle long after she is gone. Not a season. Not a comeback arc. A lifestyle. A permanent shift in how you move. A self-respect so strong that no woman becomes the center of your universe again. Because the truth is simple: a man who rises quietly never returns to the version of himself she disrespected. When you rise silently, the world changes its posture toward you. People who once underestimated you start watching you with caution. People who once dismissed you now speak your name with respect. But the most important shift happens inside you. You begin to feel something a man rarely experiences before he steps into true self-ownership: the realization that you do not owe anyone an explanation for your evolution. You do not owe anybody updates, reassurance, or justification. You do not need applause to validate your direction. You do not need approval to move. And this leads directly into the third silent move, the move that anchors your power so deeply that no woman can ever shake it again. Number 3. Stop explaining yourself. A man rises the moment he stops negotiating his worth through explanations. Most men do not even realize how often they give away their power through unnecessary explanations. They explain their boundaries. They explain their choices. They explain their reactions. They explain their silence. They explain their standards. They explain their decisions to people who have no respect for them in the first place. And every explanation becomes another thread tying them to someone else's opinion. When you explain yourself to a woman who disrespected you, you are not giving clarity, you are giving control. You are not communicating, you are negotiating. You are not setting boundaries, you are asking for approval. Explanations feel harmless, but they are the most subtle form of self-betrayal. Because the moment you try to make someone understand, you are secretly hoping they will validate you. And hoping for validation from someone who disrespected you is the soil where weakness grows. So you must learn the art of living in a way that needs no defense. When she asks why you pulled back, you do not lecture her. When she asks why you changed, you do not write a paragraph. When she wants to talk things out, you do not relive the story. Your life moves forward without pausing to answer questions from someone who already showed you she does not value the answers. As Epictetus said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. You do not owe your reasoning to anyone who treated you carelessly. Stopping explanations does not make you cold. It makes you self-respecting. You stop living your life through other people's understanding. You stop giving emotional discounts. You stop giving people the satisfaction of knowing they still influence you. And the less you explain, the more powerful your presence becomes. Your silence becomes a wall no one can climb. Your actions become statements. Your standards become non-negotiable. Women feel this shift immediately. When she cannot read your intentions, when she cannot predict your reactions, when she cannot pull you into emotional conversations, she loses her grip. She cannot guilt-trip you. She cannot manipulate sympathy. She cannot twist narratives. She cannot flip blame. She cannot center the conversation around her feelings. When she tries to ask questions, she gets calm, direct minimal responses that reveal nothing. And it forces her to confront the truth she avoided. You no longer need her understanding. You have placed your attention on your direction. This creates a type of regret deeper than anger. When a woman realizes she cannot reach you emotionally, even to provoke you, she understands she has lost something far more valuable than your presence. She lost her influence. She lost the ability to affect your internal world. And once a man reaches that level, even if she wanted to return, she would not know where to begin. A man who stops explaining himself becomes a man whose life is guided by principle, not permission. But there is a danger here. The absence of explanation creates space, and space will either elevate you or destroy you depending on what you fill it with. Which brings us directly into the fourth silent move, the move that ensures you rise instead of fall. Number 4. Redirect energy to a better circle. The moment you disconnect from someone who disrespected you, a vacuum opens in your life, mentally, emotionally, socially. If you do not fill that space with the right influences, your mind will drift back to what you escaped. This is why so many men return to toxic women. Not because they love them, but because they never replaced them. They removed the poison but kept the emptiness. And emptiness always pulls men backward. A Stoic man knows that progress is not built on isolation alone, it is built on environment. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make you better." Your circle shapes your standards. Your environment shapes your ambition. Your company shapes your identity. When you leave a woman who disrespected you, you do not simply walk away, you walk toward a different world. You enter rooms where respect is normal, not requested. Where goals are discussed more than gossip. Where elevation is the default language. Where weakness is challenged, not comforted. This is not about finding people to talk about your pain with. This is about choosing people who do not tolerate the version of you who accepted disrespect. People whose presence demands you rise. When you surround yourself with men who hold you accountable, men who think long-term, men who value discipline, men who protect their energy, you become one of them. Your life becomes sharper. Your focus becomes stronger. Your ambition becomes clearer. And here is the hidden truth: when you upgrade your circle, the woman who disrespected you loses all relevance. She becomes a trivial memory in a world she does not belong to. She cannot fit into your new environment. She cannot enter your new circle. She cannot keep up with your new standard. And even if she tries to compare her life to yours, she will see a separation so wide it feels like she is staring across a canyon. Women do not regret losing men because the men disappear. They regret losing men because the men reappear in a world far above the one they left. When she sees you surrounded by better people, respected by better minds, admired by better communities, her ego won't let her admit it, but the regret becomes a stone in her chest. Because she realizes she did not just lose a man, she lost access to an entire reality she cannot stand beside. This is why redirecting your energy to a better circle is critical. It accelerates your growth, it expands your identity, and it permanently detaches you from the level where disrespect was possible. And once your circle upgrades, your emotional reactions follow. Which leads directly to the silent move that completes the transformation. Number 5. Show zero emotional recoil. A woman can only control a man who reacts. If she can trigger anger, she owns a piece of him. If she can trigger sadness, she owns another piece. If she can trigger insecurity, confusion, or desperation, she has leverage. But when she cannot trigger anything in you, when your emotional state remains steady even when she tries to provoke you, she realizes a truth more painful than losing you: she realizes she never truly knew you at all. Most men reveal their entire emotional landscape the moment they feel disrespected. Their tone changes. Their face changes. Their energy changes. Their posture changes. Their messages get longer, sharper, or more desperate. In that moment, the woman sees everything she needs to know about their emotional dependence. But a Stoic man is different. He does not react with heat. He does not flinch. He does not try to prove a point. He does not try to match her tone. He becomes silent, calm, steady, unshaken. This is not pretending. This is mastery. It is the ability to separate your inner world from the outer disturbance. It is the training of the mind to stay grounded regardless of someone's chaos. It is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and you have the power to revoke this at any moment." When you revoke the power she once had to influence your emotions, you take back control of your entire life. Nothing creates regret like emotional unreadability. When a woman disrespects a man and sees anger, she feels powerful. When she sees sadness, she feels validated. When she sees desperation, she feels superior. But when she sees nothing, no reaction, no change in posture, no crack in your composure, the regret hits like a blow to her pride. She realizes her behavior lost its effect. Her disrespect lost its target. Her chaos lost its audience. And when a woman can no longer reach your emotions, she can no longer reach you. The man who shows zero emotional recoil becomes a mystery. And mystery is the ultimate reversal of power. She cannot argue with you. She cannot provoke you. She cannot bait you. She cannot decode you. And eventually, she cannot stop thinking about you, not out of love, but out of frustration. Because emotional silence is a mirror that forces her to confront herself. It shows her the childishness of her disrespect. It shows her the weakness of her attempts to control you. It shows her the strength of the man she misjudged. To round up, listen. Life has a way of repeating lessons you refuse to learn. Disrespect will circle back into your life again and again until you decide you are no longer the type of man who entertains it. Not through anger, not through revenge, not through dramatic speeches, but through the quiet decision that your peace is worth more than your ego, and your dignity is worth more than temporary companionship. A man becomes powerful the moment he stops hoping that people will treat him better, and instead decides he will walk away the moment they don't. This decision must live in your bones. It must guide your actions. It must be the unbreakable standard you live by. Because once a woman realizes you are a man who enforces consequences silently, a man who rises privately, a man who explains nothing, a man whose circle reflects excellence, a man whose emotions cannot be manipulated, the regret she feels is not just emotional, it is existential. She is forced to confront the reality that your presence was a privilege she misread as a guarantee. She remembers the comfort of your reliability, the stability of your attention, the calm strength you brought into her life. She remembers how you listened, how you showed up, how you cared, how you supported her without asking for anything in return. She remembers all the small ways you made her life easier, smoother, steadier. At the time, she thought it was normal. Now, she realizes it was rare. And every time she compares what she has now to what she lost, the regret grows. Not because you punished her. Not because you tried to teach her a lesson. But because you stepped into a version of yourself she never expected to see. A version she cannot reach. A version she cannot influence. A version she cannot affect. A version she cannot break. Women regret losing men who become better after them. They regret losing men who find clarity after them. They regret losing men who discover purpose after them. A man who stays the same after disrespect teaches her she made the right decision. But a man who evolves while moving away from her becomes the lesson she never forgets. The lesson she never wanted to learn. And here is the truth most men never realize: her regret is not the prize. Her regret is the side effect. The real victory is the man you become in the process. A man who walks with a different type of calm. A man who speaks from a deeper place of certainty. A man whose silence holds more weight than other men's shouting. A man who is guided, as Epictetus taught, not by external events but by internal mastery. A man who understands the power of withdrawing from noise, the power of redirecting his focus, the power of guarding his mind like a fortress. You become the embodiment of your channel, Stoic Quiet Strength, power in silence. A man whose strength is not loud or dramatic. A man who does not need to prove anything. A man who rises without announcing it. A man who enforces his boundaries without explaining them. A man who moves forward without looking back. A man who understands that the greatest revenge is refusing to operate on the same emotional level as those who tried to pull you down. And when you live this way, you don't just protect yourself, you elevate yourself. You create a life where your peace is the foundation, your purpose is the engine, and your discipline is the driver. You become the man who makes the right people respect you and the wrong people remove themselves. You become the man whose presence has weight. The man whose absence has meaning. The man whose name carries quiet gravity. You become the man who no longer fears losing anyone, because you have become someone you refuse to lose. If you take nothing else from this message, take this: you do not control how others act, but you always control what you allow. The moment you stop allowing disrespect, your world changes. Your relationships change. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. Your entire life shifts into alignment with the man you were always meant to be. A man who lives by the Stoic truth Marcus Aurelius carried: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This is your turning point. This is the moment you stop begging for respect and start living in a way that commands it. This is the moment you stop giving people access just because they want it. This is the moment you stop handing out explanations like discounts. This is the moment you stop reacting to emotional bait. This is the moment you decide that your silence is stronger than your anger. This is the moment you claim your power quietly, calmly, unshakably. And if you want to take these principles deeper, if you want to turn these silent moves into daily habits, if you want to hardwire this mindset so no woman, no disappointment, and no betrayal can ever pull you out of your frame again, then you're ready for the next step. The step that will anchor these lessons into your life permanently. The blueprint is simple, and it is built for men who want to rise without noise. Men who want structure. Men who want clarity. Men who want direction. Men who want power rooted in discipline. The type of men who watch content like this because they are tired of being pulled out of character, tired of repeating cycles, tired of giving their energy to the wrong people, tired of being misunderstood, and ready to live with intention. The truth is this: most men never master themselves. They master skills, they master jobs, they master hobbies, but they never master themselves. They never learn emotional control. They never learn boundaries. They never learn detachment. They never learn how to create a life where respect is the baseline. But you are not most men. You are here because you already feel the pull towards something stronger, something sharper, something deeper. You feel the pull toward becoming the man who does not chase validation, the man who does not crumble emotionally, the man who does not cling to people who treat him casually. A Stoic man walks differently. He thinks differently. He reacts differently. He chooses differently. And once you step into this mindset, your entire world reorganizes itself around your new standard. You stop tolerating what drains you. You stop explaining what you should simply walk away from. You stop reacting to what is beneath you. And your life begins to feel simpler, cleaner, more grounded, more powerful. If you're ready to build this strength permanently, if you're ready to carry this mindset into every part of your life, then don't leave this video without taking action. Comment the words, "I rise in silence," so it becomes your declaration. Like this video so more men can find it and protect their dignity. And subscribe to Stoic Quiet Strength so you never miss the lessons that sharpen your mind and fortify your spirit. Your power begins the moment you choose silence over chaos. Your rise begins the moment you walk away with calm. Your respect begins the moment you stop handing it to people who haven't earned it. This is your time. This is your rise. This is Stoic Quiet Strength, power in silence.